is this. It's a sheet. It's a broad sheet. And this is the gracilis right there. And you know, if I were to ask that on a quiz, I'd probably use a probe and clean that up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. But even without any dissecting, you can see that there's a different muscle here than the one that's right there.
What is it called again?
So this is the sartorius. This is the gracilis. In the humans, the sartorius is a little different. It's a narrow, long, narrow muscle that starts here on the medial thigh and then angles over the lateral thigh, the lateral hip, and then comes over to the medial knee. And it's called the sartorius in humans because you know what sartorial means?
No.
Sartorial refers to tailor or clothing. Something that's sartorial has to do with clothing. And the reason it got that name is because in humans, you know, if you use the sartorius muscle to cross your legs, and if you're a tailor, you know, you cross your legs to, well, you sit and sew, and so that's how it got the name. Now the cats, you know, they don't do any sewing to my knowledge, but I'm sure a cat is a good tailor. But that's how the muscle got the name. And then this is the gracilis. And gracilis means something like slender, and that doesn't really apply to the cat either, but it's a very slender muscle, kind of a thin, narrower muscle in humans, but they're very broad in the cat. I don't know what we can see on the medial. This is the biceps femoris. Make sure you don't get biceps femoris, or you distinguish between biceps femoris and biceps brachii. Biceps means two-headed muscle. So this is biceps femoris means two-headed muscle of the thigh. Biceps brachii here means two-headed muscle of the arm.
Is that also like a sheet?
It's, well,
No, it's not.
it kind of is, but it's a lot, there's a lot more to it. It's a lot of meatier muscle. It's a lot thicker. So it's a very, you know, and so this is an abductor. When you contract that muscle, you know, you have humans as well, that abducts the thigh. It turns the thigh out this way, like that. So these would be abductors. These are adductors with the leg in towards the midline. The tensor fascia latae. No.
Something latte.
If it's not much dissected here yet. We might find a better luck on
Not
a
sure.
different cat, but
Hear me, Dr. Porter?
here we will. There it is, I guess.
Sensor fascia latte.
Sir.
Don't let that tail juice get on you if you're concerned about those kind of things.
Dr. Porter, watch your shirt.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see, where's the... Yeah, see this white stuff here? This is the fascia latae. That's not a muscle, but it's a, you know, it's connective tissue. And up here, it needs a lot of dissection. But see up there, there's a muscle that that inserts on the fascia latae. So it's just a kind of a little short, broad muscle, and when that contracts, it pulls on this, which connects to the knee, and that pulls the leg outward, so it abducts the leg along with the biceps brachii. But that's fascia. Fascia refers to a covering or something that surrounds something. And actually, the tail. Thank you. fascia here comes from the same word that gives us the word fascist or fascism. But it refers to something bundled together or surrounded by something, and so the fascia that surrounds the leg.
And where is it more towards his knee or towards his butt?
The muscle is at the hip, but the fascia extends from the muscle down to the knee. And you were asking about the gastrocnemius, that's the calf muscle. Oops. Right here, and that's again not dissected out very well, but that it's a big, bulky muscle in the cat, just like it is in the human.
Gotcha.
And just like in the human, the action of the gastrocnemius, it pulls back on the calcaneus, and where the calcaneus is, right? That's that heel bone. And there's the Achilles tendon. Connects the gastrocnemius and the soleus under it to the calcaneus, and that makes an action called plantar flexion, lowers the foot, so that extends the foot this way. And so it's the same thing, you know, if you stand on your tiptoes, it's the same movement, or you turn your foot, point your toes out like a ballerina. So that's the gastrocnemius.
And then semitendinosus.
The what? Semitendinosus.
Yes, sir.
And semimembranosus. Those are a little deeper muscles. I think we can see it better on the... There's semimembranosus and semitendinosus. So you've got to get the gracilis out of the way, so they would be under the gracilis here.
You said you had to move what out the way to get to it?
The gracilis. A little dissecting on the cat here, but we have scissors. Find a dissecting kit.
No, good dissecting.
Remember, I said, don't cut anything. Let's see. Can you find scissors?
Did y'all get some? Oh, did I walk away?
Oh my God.
That tail is... So when you're... you want to look at more deep muscles. You want to cut the muscle, cut the belly of the muscle right in the middle so you can still put it back together and see the origin and insertion. So the insertion is going to be down here, the origin is here.